Hi, Happy New Year. Happy 2026. How's your year going so far? Mine's going okay. It's already the 7th, so we're a week into the new year. And yeah, I didn't pop on New Year's Day. I have this post viral fatigue going on that, I'm just tired. And it is what it is. I haven't been going to any in person meetings. I've been going through it for the past few months, and I've made a couple community posts. So those of you that saw that know what was going on. Um, but I typically go to a virtual meeting on Sunday morning at 6 or 7. She has both those time slots. And so the weekly topic, she had two choices because they're changing it up a little bit. So the topic was like food habits, food history, what's your food story type of deal. And then the other thing was like this flex option, which is what she chose. And that topic was word of the year. So we all picked our word of the year. And this year I picked my word live. I'm going to live my life. I mean, I haven't been living I've been alive, but honestly, if I'm honest with myself, I haven't been living the way I could be living. And that's what I want to do because I just turned 66 in December. So I have less road ahead of me than I have behind me, of course. Um, None of us are guaranteed tomorrow, so this is going to be the year that I live. I might not do anything super spectacular because I'm still working and I like working, so there's that. But as like last year, I didn't use my Disneyland magic key even one time. I wasted it. I didn't use it for whatever reason. I didn't want to be in the crowds. I don't know what was going on with me. It was just my mindset wasn't right since I had quit my job in 2024. Finally decided, when you're trying to find a job at 65, it's like, what are you going to do? I don't know. But I found a job that I really like, and I'm fitting in really well with everybody, and I enjoy it, and it's so flexible. As a retiree, that's what I really like because I don't have to work. I want to work, so there's a difference. So I want to, because it gets me out of here, and going to Disneyland would get me out of here too, right? So I did renew. It expired December 14th. I did renew, so my plan is to go on Tuesdays. So now, if I feel too tired the night before, I'll cancel it. I have this post viral fatigue that's just, it's getting better, but I'm exhausted. But yeah, so I'm going to live. Uh, that's what I chose. So I did weigh in at home. I don't have an official Weight Watchers weigh in at the meeting type of thing. I have my at home first thing in the morning before I hop in the shower weigh in. And I was 8.4 pounds above what I weighed on New Year's Day of 2025. So, didn't start out fantastic. Last year was not a good year. It was a good year in the fact that I got back to work, but I started that job Memorial Day weekend. I got back to my Weight Watchers. Things were going great. I had lost 9 pounds by the end of July. And then in August, I broke my tooth on an almond. But the dentist didn't take the proper x ray to see that it was broken. He should have. He was a fill-in dentist. Let's just let it settle down. Let's see. Let's try to save it. And then if it doesn't settle down, we're gonna have to pull it because it's a root canal tooth. Because I already had root canals in it. I'm just like, okay. So over the couple months had gone by. Mind you, I don't have any molars on this side. I have my partial dentures, but those can't chew food like real teeth. They're not secure. But so I couldn't eat on this side. So I was just kind of like, yeah, soft foods for a while. So it did settle down, didn't hurt so much. But then a week before we went to Vegas in October, I noticed a fistula on my gum. That means it's draining some pus. Gross, sorry. Um, so it was infected. So I went to the dentist a week before I had a Vegas trip and got my tooth pulled. So I went to Vegas with like this. I didn't have to smile like this. I smile like this, nobody's gonna really notice. But my son treated me to Vegas uh, next to last week before Halloween. Um, VIP tickets to see the love of my life, Donny Osmond. So I got to meet Donny Osmond, take pictures with Donny Osmond, and we were in the row 2 of the show. It was an awesome show. My son even enjoyed it. Um, it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. So he enjoyed it. He was smiling and laughing. It was a good show. Donnie puts on a good show. He's a performer. And we also he took me to see the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere, and yeah, I caught an apple. Um, so we did that. That was a good show. It was fun going into the Sphere. So that was fun. So we were there a few days. We had fun in Vegas. But then when I came home, went back to work. We got home on Friday. Monday night, I saw this blister on my shoulder, and then I felt, ooh, sorry, something behind my neck. I was like, what's going on? Got a doctor appointment the next morning. I was breaking out with the shingles. So, silver lining, it didn't happen before our trip, so we didn't have to cancel our trip. It didn't happen on my trip, so didn't have to. I still got to do everything. Came home, went back to work, and then all of a sudden I had to drop all my shifts. But that morning was the day of my dental appointment to go get my teeth. So the dentist wouldn't let me come in. I just had the one blister, and then I had some red spots here, so it was just starting. So I was in the timeline to get the antiviral. So I got those so that it still was intense, but it could have been a lot worse than it was. But she held my teeth hostage for like a month. It was really painful. The worst pain was my ear. I had it down the back of my neck, across my shoulder, then down the front. It was worse in the back than the front. And I think because it started here, that was the only blister I had. And then the other ones got a few blisters, and it was red. And just so grateful because you're not contagious until you get the rash. So, but since I had the one blister, the dentist wouldn't let me in there, even though the doctor said it would be fine. The dentist said no. So there we are, sitting at home with the shingles and no teeth. In the same boat for like another month. So not fun. I didn't have the stabbing pain. I have a dull ache, and it just burned. It was like a burn that was crazy burning. But I could handle the burning. It was worse than a sunburn. I mean, it was like somebody was burning you, like you were in fire. Um, so, but I could withstand that because I could lay on this side. It was the earache that was the most excruciating, and so that when the earache went away, I felt so much better. And the only other hard part was the part that bothered me the most was the fact that I don't have a washer and dryer hookups in my apartment. I share one washer and one dryer with 3 other families, an elderly couple, and then other people who have their daughters coming over with their kids' laundry and stuff. So my towels, I had to wash by hand, and then I put them out to dry. So my towels were not soft; they were as hard as rocks with my shingles. So that was the thing that bothered me the most, which is crazy. But basically, I couldn't do anything because I was in a lot of pain. So I just sat here in the chair watching stuff on Netflix and whatnot. And took a month off work. I'm back at work now. I just have a post-viral fatigue. The pain, it's like a dull ache right here. It's actually not bad right now. It feels fine. The most I feel it is when I go to bed. So it starts itching and burning when I go to bed. And if I lay on this side, my shoulder will start hurting. And then it'll hurt in the morning, and then it'll ease up during the day. So most of the problem is the fatigue. Okay, so what's going on with Weight Watchers? They have this new thing they're rolling out right now, and they're rolling it out in phases. Android users don't have it at all. It's only on iPhones. I don't have an iPhone, so I'm kind of out of it. Excuse me. but it's called the All In, and it's a 4 week deal. It's not a new program, it's just an addition to the program. It's called All In, and it's 4 weeks. And what it is a habit building thing that you can do. And it has 6 pillars. So they want you to build It's not a weight loss strategy, but I imagine if you're doing all these things, you're probably going to, you know, the 6 pillars are protein, fiber, movement, water, sleep, and stress. So it's 4 weeks. And it takes 28 days to build a habit. So 4 times 7 is 28. So it's building those habits. And the way it works is you are limited to your 23 points. No weeklies, no rollovers, no activity points. So just your 23 points. So it's geared to get you into the habit of adding protein and fiber to your diet, adding your movement, getting better sleep, staying well hydrated, trying to build those core habits, and leans more to a whole food diet. So, with your 23 points, you're going to get a lot of your calories from the whole foods, like the meats, lean meats, the fat free cottage cheese, the eggs, the vegetables, the fruits, the oatmeal, you know, those type of foods. So it's trying to lean you into building those kind of habits, which I wish that I had it because that would be good for me right now. But my little handy dandy book that I have, it actually has protein. It has, I would say, how I feel would be the stress. It has water. It has sleep. It just doesn't have fiber. It has exercise. Um, it just doesn't have fiber, which I could feel that in. That's the fiber and the protein is on the app, and so is the water without the all in. So, it's not like I can't track it. But anyway, so I could do it just that way, and then you're gonna get as you go along, it will. If you track all your food and all these other these pillars, it will compute a health score for you. I don't really know what the health score is, but I think I'll get my health score from my doctor. So that's that. And anyway, so I want to try to reduce my sugar, increase my protein, and those type of things, because I'm pretty sure with the way I've been eating the past few months, my cholesterol is probably elevated again. I'm sure my blood sugar is elevated because I haven't been eating well. And the last sugary snack that I have left are these. I like these like air. I have 1 molar back here, so I can't eat popcorn. But these like air puff corn, they're softer than the Pirate's Booty. But this is the peppermint mocha. It was a holiday flavor that I ordered. I ordered the holiday pack. The holiday pack had salted caramel and the peppermint mocha, and then I ordered an additional 6 pack of the peppermint mocha. So I still have about 4 of these left. They're good. I love chocolate peppermint. They taste kind of like a Thin Mint, not as good as a Thin Mint, but these just kind of melt in your mouth. So it's a snack that I can have that's crunchy and still give me that satisfaction. And then I have the classic. I like that, and I like the white cheddar. So I don't eat the pancake flavor and the churro flavors and those flavors. I want to stay away from the ones with the sugar. So being that I can't eat popcorn, it's nice to have an alternative. But anyway, how's your journey going? Are you on Weight Watchers? Are you doing something else? What's your word of the year? Um, my word last year was healthy, and then I went downhill. I wanted to be spiritually, mentally, and physically healthy, and I just went downhill. But now it's time to get back on, jump back into it, but I'm not going to be boom into it because obviously I'm still healing from the shingles. Um, it just takes time. It could take months, but I don't think it's going to be like 6. I mean, like I said, this is feeling a lot better. It has its moments, but I know it's there. It reminds me, but I'm getting better, so all is well. I mean, I'm just grateful it went down the back of my neck. I did have some sores here. These are just age spots. I'm glad it didn't like go. I've seen pictures of people with shingles on their face, and that would just be, oh, so glad I didn't get it on my face. At least it went down the back. Um, I mean, there's always a bright side, right? But anyway, it's just good to check in and say hi, leave comments, Happy New Year, whatever. Give me a like, thumbs up. I'm glad that you've all been patient with me. Um, not posting any videos. Honestly, I haven't felt like it. I didn't feel like it today, but I'm just like, you know what? I'm not putting makeup on today. I'm doing things. My teeth are getting ready to have lunch, so I gotta go make my salad and sit down. General Hospital starts in 20 minutes, so I gotta get on it. Thanks for watching. Happy New Year. We'll see you next time.